We on vacay mode.
I might leave that in there.
Hey y'all, it's Shawn.
This is KC.
And we're on vacay mode, and we know a lot of you families out there go traveling every year and cruises and want to have a good time, but I would hate for you to have to go on one of your excursion and not be able to actually get on the excursion because guess what? Your child was too young. So I have some tips for you today that's going to help you for cruising with your kids. And if you're new to the family, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with our latest live stream, travel news, tips, and cruise. So first, y'all, I want to talk about, because I definitely have family that has kids, and you know, it's some information that I really want everybody to know and learn about. The first thing you want to do when you're taking kids with you is to pick the best cruise for your kids. And what I mean by that, some cruises are kid friendly and others just tolerate kids. So you want a cruise that your kid's gonna have a ball on while they're there.
And they have some cruises that don't allow kids at all. So you want to make sure you're when you're booking a cruise that you're well informed on, you know what I'm saying, what is acceptable for kids, because some cruises are adults only.
So you definitely want to do your research, and some cruises also have limits on shores excursion. What I mean by limit, some cruises only allow if your child is 5 years or older to go on some of these excursions. So it'll just be a sad story to have a child that's 3 and you book an excursion, didn't know it, and then you know everybody was expecting to go somewhere and now you can't make it because your child can't go.
Right, and some of the cruises, if you go out on these ports and you go and do a local cruise, local excursion without, you know, the cruise, booking it through the cruise, you know what I'm saying, you be out of luck because, you know, pretty much they're not going to give you your money back, you know what I'm saying, you know, if your kid is not of age.
That's true. The next thing you want to do is check the minimum age requirements. And what I mean by that, I know there's a lot of new moms out there, and you know, you just got your snapback and you got that mom body back and you want to get in that bathing suit and get on a cruise. But some cruise lines don't allow children that's 6 months to a year to go abroad. And I could definitely understand why, because you know, there's a lot of things out there your child can catch, and then you don't want that many people around your kids anyway. But if you were thinking like, you know, my kid's 6 months now, they already have all their shots, you know, they should be good to go. You know, that's not the case. So you definitely want to read all the terms and conditions when it comes to that particular cruise line that you're looking for. Something else I want to mention about is when you have kids, I'm sorry parents, but sometimes you just can't always get a deal or be cheap. We know sometimes we want to get, you know, the little interior rooms because, you know, you might have 2 or 3 kids and just, you know, trying to save a couple of bucks. But with kids, we know how most of these rooms are. You know, they tend to just have, showers in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you might want to upgrade a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So your room can, you know, have a tub. And what I do know is on Disney, they feature rooms that have a shower and a tub. That's on the Disney Cruise Line. And
that's cool.
I was going to say, but please, it's vital that you listen to this part. Be very careful when you have kids and you get a balcony. I would not recommend you getting a balcony with kids. You know, recently there was just a story about a little boy that fell over the balcony. So that's something, unless you're really gonna pay close attention to them, I would not recommend you getting a balcony when you have kids.
Right, and there was another story about, you know, a grandparent that actually dropped their kid through a window. So you want to definitely be careful of that. It was really a sad situation. You know, our heart goes out to the family. But yeah, be careful with children, you know, on board, because, you know, there's a lot of safety cautions that you want to take into consideration when you're having little ones. Because, Maya, they're designed for us, you know, as adults and stuff like that. But they have little small areas they can fit in. You know, also too, they got a lot of railings that you want to make sure the kids don't stick their head in and stuff like that. So be very, very aware of these things could happen. You know what I'm saying? We want you to have a good time, but we don't want nothing bad to happen to your children.
Definitely. And something that please do not forget, definitely do not forget your essentials. And what I mean by your essential, your diapers, your wipes, your formula. And the reason why I know moms and dads, it's a lot of packing when you have toddlers to get all these things. But guess what? The cruise ship doesn't carry any of these items. So if you don't have it, I mean, I don't know, you know, maybe napkins and water. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Right.
But
especially if you have a child that's real, you know, that's sick a lot or have a lot of allergies, make sure you don't forget. Write down a list of things that you want to make sure you take with you, because, you know, when you're getting ready for a cruise, there's so many packing, especially when you have children, husband and wife, and all these people to pack for, you might forget something. So jot down a list for the children and things that you need for them, because, like you said, you're not going to find these things on the ship.
Yeah. Oh, and what you do want to do is the cruise line do offer cribs, but you have to make a request for it. And I would definitely recommend, if you do need a child's crib for your child, that definitely put in a request soon, because it's very limited item that they have. So, you know, if there's a few toddlers on board, you may not just get one. Your child is going to have to sleep with you. So, you know, you can have that convenience of having a crib. That's the only child item that they do offer when it comes to toddlers.
Wow.
And the last but not least thing I want to touch on, tips for my parents out there, is take your child to the child club. And this is a good way for your child to make friends. It's a good way for you, and I say you parents, to have time to yourself to relax. You know, that's when you're on a cruise because you need a vacation, and everybody know we need, you know, vacations from our kids sometimes too. So it's a good time for you to put the kids in there, you know, go for a stroll, get in the pool, but you have your own personal time to relax.
Yeah, and don't worry, you know what I'm saying, the children be well taken care of. You know, I mean, these staff are really well trained in how to take care of your children and make sure they're very safe and stuff like that. And they have a large policy that you might want to look over on, you know, the do's and don'ts as far as to, you know, what they would do, you know what I'm saying, in the care of your children.
Yeah, and these clubs are offered for ages 2 to 17. I know there's a wide range. In another video, we're going to talk about the different things that they do, but some of the things I can tell you they offer your child is karaoke. They have pool games. They have dance parties.
They have an arcade for the children. Crafts,
arts, and like everything you can pretty much imagine. The itinerary for it is really large.
They even have a scavenger hunt on a boat for the kids. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I'm a big kid at heart, so when I heard about it, I said, oh, let me check it out. And I see the kids running around and looking for stuff, so it was really cool.
Yeah, and some of the little rooms where the teens at, they also do have soda fountains and stuff like that, as well as some cruises, they also do have soft serve ice cream.
Yeah. So I hope that these tips will be helpful for you and your family the next time you plan on taking your kids on a cruise with you. And
if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe below, you know what I'm saying, to keep up with our latest live stream. And we definitely live stream weekly, and also to upload our videos as well weekly to keep up, you know, with our latest travel news, tips, and cruise.
This is Shawn.
This is KC.
See y'all next time.
See you on Vacay mode.